How's it going, everybody? McNeil coming to you from the garage. And I know Jerry looks a little silly here, but I was doing some hair and thinking about herring masks because that's what I've been doing. Not only this one, this is actually the 5th one I've done this weekend. These other guys over here are all haired and ready to go. Not ready to go. Take that back. They're all haired. Hair still needs a little bit of styling, and I'm waiting on eyeballs. I got the clothes in, so these 5 cherries are just about ready. I'm gonna have to fix up some, paint up some stands. I got some stands printed in the kitchen or dining room, actually. Yeah, so anyway, I was working on hair on this guy, and I figured this would be a really kind of funny place to stop. Because the way that I do the Jerry's is I've found a wig that I really like. It's a very good wig. Not very expensive on Amazon, about $20 a piece. And then I buy a really long black wig that allows me to cut sections off of to punch in eyebrows and the sideburns. And actually the sideburns are what I wanted to talk about because I see a lot of masks that, you know, with wigs and whatnot where they just glue these wigs on, and what you end up with is a hairline that just sort of like stops here, you know, and you have all this extra area. But in my mind, the temples on these guys are really, really important. Whether you're punching them or gluing them or ventilating them or however you're doing it, the hairline is amazingly important in my opinion because it really frames the face. And so this is what this guy looks like after punching those temples. And what I'll do next is I will take a hot hair dryer right there, and I will basically heat this synthetic hair back over the ears. I'll do the same with the eyebrows. What I'll do is before I trim them, I'll take a hot hair dryer and move them back in that direction and in this direction, whatever direction that you want. It makes sense to what you're doing. And then I'll do this guy over here, and I will heat that so that it falls back and creates this sort of temple sideburn, and then I'll come back and blend all this stuff in. And what happens is the heat, because this hair is synthetic, it's basically plastic, it'll remember, for the most part, where you have put heat on it, and then you come back with, I use a little crystal clear, and just hit it like hairspray, and that'll hold it back in place enough so that it doesn't make it crusty, but it also will be still manageable should whoever is displaying it decide that they want to do something on their own. So there's that. And then with the eyebrows, what I do is after I've put them back in the right direction, I slick them down with, okay, camera, focus, an Elmer's glue stick. How about that? Perfect. Yeah, an Elmer's glue stick. Makeup artists use this. And should somebody end up with these and end up with errant eyebrows that pop up over time, just grab you a little Elmer's glue stick and carefully, don't overdo it because you can gum them up. But the upside is this is water-based, so you can get it off if you kind of screw it up a little bit. But anyway, you just glue them down with this with a little glue stick, and that'll do the trick. So there's that. And then I will say that I am no barber, but generally when I buy a wig for a display, a mask or whatever, I end up having to do a little trimming, and I'll definitely have to do some trimming on these because these are far too long. And I've learned, you know, in your head, you think long hair is better to like brush back into this and try to hide it. I'm finding that that's not actually the case. It's better to sort of like find this length, right? And cut it to that length. And then the secret weapon is these guys. Of course, my camera's not playing nice today. You know what those are? Those little feather shears. You can get them on Amazon. I bought these literally, I think, for like $6 or $9 or something. Man, this is annoying. But almost. There it is. Yeah, you take these and you trim the edges. And I'm telling you, if you're doing hair on masks at all or anything like that, these are invaluable because what they do is they keep you from making those blocky, chunky haircuts. And what it does is it feathers that hair, you know, like this as you move through it, and it'll feather it so that all that hair will kind of blend in together. It's a really great look. And these are cheap. And if you're doing hair, there's literally no reason not to buy these on Amazon, like literally right now, because they're fantastic. So just look up hair feathering scissors and you'll have your choice. And from my experience, for this purpose, they're all basically the same. This particular set came yesterday because I think my daughter stole my other ones. And these are actually better than the other ones. And like I say, these were like $6. So I highly recommend that. And then the other thing I recommend is a really good pair of scissors. It's not hugely necessary for hair because hair is very easy to cut, but a nice pair of sort of fabric scissors is great, particularly for cutting around edges and seams and all of that stuff. But we're talking about hair specifically. So yeah, get you some scissors, get you some feathering scissors. I use this kind of glue, which really, really stinks. Oh my gosh, this camera is acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs today. All right, there we go. I use this to glue the hair on, but it's real stinky, and so you really want to do it in a ventilated garage, or you know, wear some protection if you so desire. And there you go. Working on some hair on these Jerry's today. But these 5, other than trimming this guy up and eyeballs and actually the clothing is quite an ordeal on these. With that shirt, I modify shirts, and then I also modify these trench coats in order to create Mr. Dandridge. The eyeballs should be here, I think, on October 3rd, and I will be getting these guys done and out. So I hope everybody is as anxious to see them in the wild as I am. And bonus points if you can guess what movie I'm watching that's out of focus. Put your comment in below. Yeah, seriously, you guys you guys gotta know what that is. Anyway, there you go. Got some cherries going, and yeah, really, really close to the finish line on these 5. Talk to you soon. Have a good Saturday.